So if you want to start working with the Visualforce pages, the first thing that we have to do is we have to enable the development mode on. We have how to enable. So if you want to work with the Visualforce pages, first we have to enable the development mode. So if you want to enable the development mode, we need to go to the username, settings, then personal, then advanced user settings, edit, so let me show you the navigation here. So if anybody want to work with the Visualforce pages, first they have to enable the development mode, for which you need to go to the user, my settings, personal, advanced user details, edit, development mode. By default this will be disabled, we have to enable it. I'm repeating the process again. Name, username, my settings, personal, advanced user details, edit, development mode on, save it. So by enabling this, you are ready to write the Visualforce pages. So once you are enabled, we need to start building the pages. Now I have a question. In how many ways we can build Visualforce pages? So the answer is we can build the pages in 4 ways. By standard navigation, by using URL, developer console, fourth one by using Eclipse, so I can create the pages by using any one of these formats. So let me start with the standard navigation. When you say standard navigation, so we need to follow the navigation process: setup, build, develop, pages, new page. Let me show you. Go to the setup, build, develop, pages, new page. So let me give the page name as page 1. And what are the code that you are going to write it? You are writing here save it. You can have the preview of the page what you created. This is the preview of the page. At the bottom you have got footer, which is a editor here, where you can edit the page. Right. This is the one of the way by using the style and navigation. The second way of creating the page is we have HTTPS AP1, which is a server instance, salesforce.com. Here I have to give apex/page name. When I give apex/page name, if the page is existing with this name, it will open the page. If the page is not existing, it will ask you to create the page. So let me give you, I have page 2. When you say page 2, if the corresponding page is not existing in the Salesforce, so it is asking you to create the page. Create a page. This is how the page 2 is created now. So by using the URL, you can create it. So here, now in the URL format, you need to give HTTPS server instance. My instance is AP1. Similarly, you will have your own instance, salesforce.com/apex/page name. When you give this, if the page existing, it will open, else it will ask you to create. The third format of creating the page. In the third format, we have developer console. So when you want to use a developer console, you need to go to name, username, developer console, file, new, Salesforce page. Let me show you the navigation. Username, developer console, file, new, Visualforce page. Give the page name. I give the page name as page 3. Test page. Save the page. You can have the preview of the page. You can have the preview of the page here. Right. This is how we are going to create the pages here. Now this is using the developer console. Now I want to go for the next format. I want to use the Eclipse. So when you want to use the Eclipse, what are the steps that you have to follow? So let me give you this format here. Fourth one, by using the Eclipse. When you want to use the Eclipse, first thing, you need to have JRE installed. So if you want to install the Java, then go to oracle.com. Download the latest version. Java latest version. Install the Java. When you say install the Java, so simple, just it is a .exe file. Click on the .exe file, it automatically installs. Then set the environment variable. So look at the points. I mean, give me explanation here. Oracle.com. Go to downloads, Java SE download. You can download the latest version, whatever that you have. Download for Windows. It's a .exe file. Just click next, next, next. It will automatically install. Then what I need to do is, I need to set the environmental variable. Once you install, in C drive, program files, you will find a Java folder. Then click on the Java folder, and you have JDK here and bin here. Just open the bin path and copy this path here. I'm giving again. Once you install Java, go to C drive, program files, you have Java folder, we have JDK 1.7, whatever the version that you installed. In that we will have bin folder. Copy the bin folder. Now, once you copy this bin folder, what you need to do is right click on your computer, go to properties, advanced system settings, environmental variables, and just to create new Java home, click this, install this, like click this, copy the paste here, it's enough. Getting my point here? Any query on that? Any query on that for everyone? Any query for everybody? Okay, fine. Let me go to the next one. So if not, you can also do it in this way. So let me give you. So for this, go to my computer. Right click on properties, advanced properties, environmental variables, and the environmental variables you can also set in this format. Let me show you. You can go to system variables, click on path, edit, paste. According to your program files, based on your version, you'll get it. File semicolon dot semicolon. So before this, use semicolon, paste this one. In case if the Java is not installed on your system. Right. Then, if Java is installed on your system, I'm repeating how do you set the path here again. So I think like people are new to the setting up these things. Look at the point. Go to the my computer, right click on the properties, advanced system settings, environmental variables. You can either keep Java home here or else you can also do it in this way, path. If you're not convenient with this, just keep it Java home on the top, it's enough. You can do any one of the things. Just left. Yes, Sindhu. Okay. Now, once you set this path, we are going to the next part here. So what we are doing is download the Eclipse, from eclipse.org. You can mute your mic here. See? Right. So once you have downloaded the Eclipse from the eclipse.org, extract the Eclipse. Then open the Eclipse. Simply, when you want to open the Eclipse, let me show you. Go to the computer, Eclipse, go here Eclipse. Click on the Eclipse. So known as the latest version. Then open the Eclipse. It will ask you to set the workspace. It will ask you to select the workspace. Workspace is nothing but the location where you want to store this program's audio data. Then it is loading. So once your Eclipse open, now what we have to do is, let me give you in this way. You have to add the plugin. So I already have installed this Eclipse. Install the plugin. So let me remove the existing plugin and start it again.
Satish, like when you are downloading the Eclipse, right? So there are two Eclipse, 32-bit and 64-bit.
Yes.
So for Windows 2000, it would be 64-bit, right?
Yeah.
Or 32-bit.
Like you have to check out what type of operating system you have installed. Mine is 32-bit now. Now it's a 64-bit for me. So
Okay.
now you check out your properties, then identify what type of, is it 32 or 64. Got it? Okay. So go to the properties and check out what type of OS you have. It's 64-bit for me. Now look at your system, identify. Okay. Now what we have done, just go to the, once you extracted, go to the Eclipse, extract here. Then go to the location, click on the Eclipse. So when you open the Eclipse, it will ask you the workspace, the environment where your file should be saved. So you have to set the workspace first. Now I'm setting my workspace as D. So I'm going to the D here, development. Okay, fine. Let me create a new folder. Go to that location. So I told what are the programs that I'm creating. Let it store it in the D drive. Yeah, now we are finding it is in the Java perspective. I have to change this one to Salesforce perspective. If you want to change this into Salesforce perspective, we have some plugin here. Go to the Google, use Salesforce Eclipse plugin. Then open any one of the folder, developer installation. Step-by-step screenshots are very clearly given here. Right. They give you very clear steps to install. Right. Now they give you some link here. This is the plugin link. We need to use this link. So what I need to do is go to the help, click on new software, add force.com IDE, then we are given the URL what we copied from there, just give a copy it. From the Google, just copied the URL. Then if you want to take the latest version, you can select this. If you don't want to take the latest version, you want to select your own version, then remove this option. When you select this, automatically it gives the latest available version. Sometimes we get API not supported. In case if we get API not supported, then what we need to do is we need to go to this show latest ones, unselect this one and select the version what you want to select it. By default, if you say show latest, now what we are getting is 32.0, but it's not upgraded. So that is the reason why still we are getting 31.0. So the version what we are using is 31.0, but the latest version is 32.0. It will be upgraded in few days. So force.com ID, just give next. Next. Finish. Now you have installed Salesforce plugin in the Eclipse. You have installed Salesforce plugin in the Eclipse. Clear step-by-step process is given for you for Eclipse. You can implement this. Download JDK environment. Download Eclipse 4.2. We have gone for the advanced 4.3. We have Luno, which is advanced than Kepler. So we just loaded the new one. Then set the environmental variable. Only the tough part for you is setting up the environmental variable in case if Java is not existing. If Java is existing, things will be very easier for you. Because entire Eclipse is working on the Java code. So basically to run the Eclipse, we require Java. We don't require Java for the Salesforce, but to run this Eclipse, we require a Java software to be installed. It's taking some time. Yeah. So restarting up. Again. Okay. Now we have installed the plugin. Still we are on the Java perspective. So what we need to do is click on Windows, then go to the Open perspective, Others, select force.com. Okay. Now it has changed to force.com. I'm repeating the process, what all the things that I've done. First go on to the help here, then install new software, add a new with the name, whatever the name that you require. In the software what you have taken, you take the link there and give OK, then automatically it shows you the force.com here. Then give next and save it. Once you have done this, then go to the window, open perspective, other, force.com, OK. So on the top you will get force.com. That means you have established a connection between Salesforce and the Eclipse. Now what we require is we want to load our Salesforce application into this. For that, go to File, New, say force.com project, File, New, force.com project, as 204. .com, password, Salesforce 1234. Now you need to select whether it's a production or developer sandbox. Now we are going to get a security token. Sometimes without security token it will work. Let me check it out if it is allowing me to take without security token. No, it's not allowing me. So let me take the security token. Sometimes it allows you to work without security token. So name, my setting, personal, then I got reset my security token, reset. Go to the mail, get the security token. Take the security token. Yeah. Next. So it is asking you whether you want only Apex, Visualforce classes and all those stuff, or you want to take entire metadata. You want to take entire metadata, or you want to take only Apex, Visualforce triggers. If you say you want entire metadata, it'll ask you what are the components that you require. The classes, objects, approval process, letterheads, workflows, all the things will be shown to you. So it's up to your choice what you want to load. So I'll just show you what are the components it can show you. Now, so what are the components that you want to load from your application into the Eclipse? You can select those. I don't want all these things. I just want to simply load my Apex, Visualforce pages, triggers and all this developing stuff. So I selected and I clicked on finish. So it's up to your choice whether you want to select entire metadata components or you want to select only developing metadata. So in this case I selected the developing metadata. So it's taking some time. Right. Now go to this icon, see the project here. Now we got the source code. We have just now written page 1, page 2, page 3. Look at the pages what we created. Page 1, page 2, page 3. So entire Apex and Visualforce pages are loaded here. Now my intention is to create a new page from Eclipse. So go to the file, or else go to the project, click on the project name, new Visualforce page, page 3, finish. Right, now the page is created here. Once the page is created, I want to save to the server. So what are the things that you have created here that are automatically replicated to you in the Salesforce org? If not, go to the page number 3, click on the page number 3. You got force.com. When you give a right click, you'll be getting a force.com. So you got show in Salesforce web. You can look at the page. So what are the page that you created? That is created here. Just now we created page 3 that was stored in this browser. If you want to save it to the server, you can also do it in this way. Force.com, save to the server, synchronize with the server, refresh from the server. It's up to your choice what you want. Basically, it's not suggested to save, it's always suggested to, when you click on save to the server, the code what we have got, that is saved to the server. So before you click on save, be cautious. Unless the code is perfect, don't save to the server. So let me go to the next one. I hope you have followed the format here. So just go to click on the Google. You get step-by-step instructions to work on this one. Along with the screenshots, you got the step-by-step process. Just follow this instruction. Once you have done this, then you have to go for adding a new software and changing the perspective. These two things that you have to make up. So you need to go for install new software and you need to go for changing the perspective. Right? So now let me start up again. So when you're starting up the Visualforce, you just created these workspace and all this stuff. Now what you have to do is, when you want to start the Visualforce page, there are two basic rules that we have to obey. Every Visualforce page that we are creating, that should be strict XML format. Now, what can be there in the Visualforce page? When you are creating a Visualforce page, basically it consists of Visualforce components and web components. When you say Visualforce components, anything that is represented in these tags is called a component. But the component can be any one of the HTML or Visualforce component. If you want to identify these differences, Visualforce component starts with apex : component name. So when something starts with apex : component name, it is a Visualforce component. Then in the Visualforce page, you may have scripting components also. When it says scripting components, the scripting components can have HTML, JavaScript, Ajax, jQuery. We may go with AngularJS. We have Backbone. We go with Node.js. So any one of the scripting components, anything that supports a web technology, the page designs, all those things can be used in the Salesforce. It's not necessary that you have to use them, but if you want to use them, you can use it. So all these components will be there. So the basic rule is says that every component should be in strict XML format, which means every opening tag should have a closing tag. Like I have one, it's an opening tag, one is a closing tag. Or else I can give open and close in a single line, open and close. So every opening tag, if I write one here, I should have one with this. Every opening tag should have closing tag. Similarly, when I have something like apex page, I would have the similar closing tag, apex page. So anything that you write in the Visualforce page should be in strict XML format, which means every opening tag should have a closing tag. Second, every page should start with apex page component. So if you want to start any Visualforce page, it should start with apex page component. So let me create a pages now. File. Right. So we got here apex page, apex. Now I am creating here. This is my sample page. Right. Save it. So opening tag, apex page is the opening tag. We have apex page as the closing tag. Whatever that you want to write, you write it. Have a preview here. So this is my sample page. Now, if you look at this is called setup menu. Whatever that you are finding on the left hand side is called a setup menu. When you click on accounts, whatever that you're finding is called sidebar components. Contacts, sidebar components. Similarly, when you created a new page, what you're able to see? You're able to see sidebar components. Now, if you don't want this sidebar component, then I can have property like sidebar equal to false. When I give sidebar equal to false, it will create an empty page without sidebar. There is no sidebar here. So sidebar is a Boolean value which specifies whether the sidebar component should be displayed or not. Then I don't want a sidebar, I want a setup menu. When I give setup menu equal to true, now in place of sidebar component, it will display a setup menu. You're able to see the setup menu. Now I have a next attribute called rendered. Rendered means should I display this component or not. When I give rendered equal to true, whatever the data that we have written in this component, that is displayed. When I say rendered equal to false, this is my sample page. The same thing I am giving here rendered as false. When you say rendered equal to false, I said don't display the page. So whenever we give rendered equal to false, the component will not be displayed on the page. Whenever we give rendered equal to false, the component is not displayed on the page. Now let me go to this. Re-render. Or else we have rendered as. I told I want the page in the form of PDF. So we are going to say rendered as, in which format you want to see the page. You want to render the page in the which format. So let us say render the page in the form of PDF. Look at the page in the form of PDF. Similarly, we have something called action. When you say action, whenever you load the page, first this action will be performed. Whenever you are opening the page, first whatever that we have written in the action, that will be performed. So let me show you. Right. So it is taking you to Google page. Whenever you are opening the page, first it will take you to the action what you have written. Okay, fine. So I'll wind up here. So what I want to do is, I want you people to first work on the establishing of Java and Eclipse setup. Once you have done that, then we'll go with the Visualforce. Right. So tomorrow we'll start with the Visualforce basics. I just gave an idea only to create a sample pages in all the 4 modes. Just to create a sample pages in all the 4 modes and establish the Java Eclipse setup. Then we'll start the Visualforce from tomorrow. Fine. So today at any cost try to work with the Eclipse, establish the connection, because working on the Eclipse